Hey guys! Today I want to share a story about a loser. Hi James, my name is Jessica. Thanks for coming today. Now we're just gonna do a pre-screen form just to get some information about you, like medical details, history, and where would you like to achieve in the future, your goals, and all that. Here's a pen. Thank you. And just let me know if there's something you don't understand or. And yes, that loser was me. So it's about my teenage life. I kind of had a happy childhood, so I can't remember much on my toddler years, but I remember I moved to New Zealand at the age of 6, and I was really happy back then. That went for 2 years, and I went back to Indonesia. I had a bit of struggle with adjusting, but it was alright. I went to international school, there's not much changes, still speak English, even though the people are different. It kind of felt hard to make friends. But it was alright, and I think at the age of 10, 11, I finally adjust in Indonesia. Then suddenly my parents moved me to a Christian school. That is when things get hard. I really can't fit in there. And the school, they uses religion to punish me. They uses religion, they uses God's name for everything. I remember making a mistake, and I was being called by the principal, and she was like, "You're being irresponsible in the front of God." Imagine I was 13, and that's how you punish a 13-year-old. And oh, I remember that was when I got caught self. I wasn't mentally well. And I think a teacher caught me doing a self. She told me, "What's wrong with you? Come on, you can trust me. You can tell me anything." And then I started to open up to her, and then she kind of like told the principal, and my parents get called to school. And fuck that, I had trust issue. That was my first big trust issue ever. I had difficulty trusting people after that. Long story short, it's hard for me to adjust to fit in. I didn't have any friends. I only have one friend who was in kind of like a similar situation as me, and I became a total introvert, a total freak, a total loser. And one day, my best friend, the only friend I had, moved to another school, and I had no one to talk to. I completely become an invisible loser. And you know what I did? I use Twitter and other social media as a platform to express how I feel. When I'm upset with someone, with a teacher, a fellow classmate, I'm gonna put it on Twitter. And people read that, people understand, and I get picked on even more. At first, I felt like these cruel people, they're trying to bully me. But you know what? Eventually, I started realizing that I was the toxic one. I was the loser. And what I wrote there wasn't nice. In high school, I carried that loser mentality. I was quiet, very introverted. I don't know how to talk to people. Um, and I had this mindset that I had a rough past. I was bullied before. I'm traumatized, and people should understand me. People should be feeling sorry of me. People should have sympathy. But how can people know what I'm struggling at when I don't even communicate, right? When I don't even tell them. And yeah, I didn't have friends as well there. And yeah, the Twitter, the Twitter bad habit still continues. And long story short, I had problem with a teacher because I was fucking bitching about him on Twitter. I don't like him, and I write a lot of shit about him. And yeah, I didn't finish high school. I think on my second year I left to New Zealand. In New Zealand, I learned that it's alright to talk. I think it's how I was brought up as well. Growing up, you shouldn't be talking back to your parents. You shouldn't be talking back to your teachers. You should just listen and then say yes to everything that you've been told. Talking back is rude. I think that's why I become like that as well. That kind of mindset. And you have to submit, you have to be submissive. Especially you're a woman. Well, you're a girl, gonna be a woman one day. You could get married. When you get married, you need to submit to your husband. All I was told was to submit. So I kind of felt like I didn't have a voice as well. I was too scared to talk. I was too scared to speak my mind. I was too scared to speak up. So I used fucking Twitter to speak. And in New Zealand, I made good friends. And during my time there, well, in Dunedin, okay, I was in Dunedin at first. During my time in Dunedin, I learned that speaking up is alright. Standing up for myself to my manager is alright. I have this one good friend that I used to work with. She's the one who's been teaching this. She introduced me to gym, to health and wellness, and that's when I grew up. That's when I felt a lot more confident with myself. Okay, I was physically changed. Prettier, hotter, and suddenly boys start to be attracted to me. I was the invisible loser, remember? Suddenly just boys hitting up my DMs. I felt like an instant confident boost. And yeah, that's when I changed. And I just keep changing for the better. I felt like the older I get, the more confidence I have. Until at some point I came to a realization that the person that makes me felt like a complete loser is myself. I was limiting myself too much. I didn't allow myself to speak. I was pressing myself. I didn't allow myself to express what I feel, what I think. I was too scared. I was too scared to speak. I was too scared to talk. I was too scared to just put myself out there. And that's how I stayed as a loser. But thank God, I came to this realization that I can actually change. I can actually be better. Can actually be confident right now talking here in front of the camera. Talking to you guys. Time passed by. I eventually grow into a mature adult. And I encounter this person that reminds me of myself when I was a loser. So I kind of talked briefly about her and my problem with her in my previous video with my friend Patrick Smith. But it's kind of in Indonesian, so if you understand, you understand. But this person, this girl that I met, that I encountered at church. So I had a problem with her. She kind of like uses my name to put down the pastor. And there's some fraud between my mom and her mom as well. Some issues between them. And then one day, I grown out of my loser era, but I still have this bad habit of expressing myself on social media. So when I was heated up with emotion, I repost every fucking damn thing that is related to her. So I kind of see her mother as a narcissist. So I repost all the quotes about NPD and the daughter, according to what my mom told me. She's trying to copy me. Like, she's trying to copy how I look, what I wear, which I didn't realize that at first, but I kind of realized after I started baking. One day I was making a cheesecake, a burn bas brownie cheesecake. I think it's a 6-inch size, and with a specific baking paper. And one day, when I was still following her Instagram, I saw her posting the exact same cheesecake, same size, same baking paper, like even the smallest detail. It's exactly the same as mine. That's when I realized what my mom told me. And after that, she started selling brownies as well. But to be honest, her brownie doesn't look good. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to say that, but yeah. She's like trying to copy what I do. So in secret, she's trying to be me. And I kind of like trying to like, when I was angry, when I was blinded with anger, I kind of mentioned that on my social media as well. Okay, I think I'm getting too emotional that my camera isn't stable. Anyway, I mentioned that. So I was like, I was angry when this problem kind of blow up, the problem with the pastor and everything. It kind of makes me fucking angry. I was throwing out curse word and everything. Okay, so she's the church girl. I'm not. Well, my mother kind of works at church, but I'm not that religious. So I was like, what, f you, fucking Satan, you devil, everything, all the f word, all the curse word. I kind of like let it all out because I have the confidence to let everything out now. So I do it, and then she copies me. I was talking about narcissistic personality disorder. She's starting reposting shit about NPD as well. Like, why? Why you have to copy me every single, even what I post on social media? When I'm angry, you have to copy that as well. And this is one thing that kind of makes me laugh really hard. Well, I already unfollow her, yeah. I just, Bitung. This happens in Bitung. It's a small town, so every news travel fast. So I heard this kind of news from another person, and well, I don't just heard. I saw what she posted from someone else's account. They showed me, and you know what I've read from one of her reposts on Instagram that kind of makes me laugh really, really hard. She said that I was trying to compete with her. So in bahasa Indonesia said that aku, me, melihat dia sebagai saingan. I see her as a competitor. When I saw that, I laughed really hard, like, bitch, know your place. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but, and this may sound really mean, but I'm really sorry I have to say this, okay? I speak good English. English isn't my first language, but you can understand my English, right? Saya juga bisa bicara bahasa Indonesia yang baik dan benar. Maupun bahasa gaul juga bisa ya. Bahasa Jakarta saya bisa. Okay? 我会说汉语. And sampai nggak nape bahasa kampung pun kita le boleh. So, this is the language that I'm kind of fluent at. Meanwhile, her, I'm sorry to say, baca warta aja masih terbatah-batah, guys. Okay, I sound like a bully right now. Okay. When I look at this kind of person, when I look at this kind of character, it gives me a deja vu. Kind of makes me see myself. Kind of makes me feel like, damn, I used to be like this. And I used to cry thinking that people tries to bully me. And now I see and face this kind of person. I do have the urge to bully her because I'm very like angry. She made me angry. She made my inner bitch kind of came out. So this, I felt like God is trying to tell me, trying to give me this realization that you used to be that person. People bully you because of your own attitude, your own behavior. You are the toxic one. And yes, that's how I realized I was a toxic loser and I needed to change. Thank you for listening. Hope it helps.